Well, when you've set your mind on a thing, no one can stop you.
I take that as a compliment.
Marriage is a real opportunity. You can influence politics, shape events. You can have powerful, interesting lives.
The Gilded Age is officially coming back with Season 3, and fans finally have a date to mark on their calendars. Max has announced that the historical drama is returning, and this season is promising to bring plenty of love, ambition, and social maneuvering to the table. Now, if you're not already familiar with it, the Gilded Age dives into the world of New York high society during the 1880s, mainly focusing on the rivalry and sometimes uneasy coexistence between the old money Ryn family and the up-and-coming Russell family. Created by Downton Abbey's Julian Fellowes, the series brings together a stellar cast that includes Carrie Coon, Morgan Spector, Denee Benton, Cynthia Nixon, Louisa Jacobson, and a bunch of other familiar faces. The show first hit the screen in 2022 and had kind of a slow start, but it definitely picked up steam in Season 2, which even earned an Emmy nomination for Outstanding Drama Series. So now that the trailer for Season 3 is out, we're getting a better idea of where the story is heading. It opens with Bertha, played by Coon, talking about how important a well-ordered life is. She's clearly focused on arranging her daughter Gladys's future, especially when it comes to marriage. But she's not just thinking about love, she's looking at the bigger picture, like influence, politics, and power. The trailer even teases that love could either conquer everything or cost people dearly, which is a pretty big theme this season. One of the major shifts for the Gilded Age in Season 3 is just how much more confidence the show seems to have. While Season 1 had mixed reviews and didn't make much of a splash when it premiered on a Monday night, Season 2 came in strong, enough so that HBO didn't hesitate to greenlight a third season. It helps that Carrie Coon has been in the spotlight lately, especially since she also starred in The White Lotus Season 3 around the time she was filming this. That crossover attention has helped raise the show's profile. In fact, the new trailer shows a bunch of emotional development since the dramatic finale of Season 2. Just to recap, Bertha pretty much won the battle of the opera houses, using her daughter Gladys as a kind of bargaining chip for a marriage alliance with the Duke of Buckingham. But as the trailer shows, things might not be going quite as planned. Gladys doesn't look thrilled about her engagement, and Bertha herself seems to hit a rough patch. There's even a blink and you miss it shot of Marian and Larry sharing a kiss in a carriage, which adds fuel to the whole love will shake everything up theme. So what does this all mean for Season 3? Well, by now, the Gilded Age has found its footing. What started as a modest period piece has slowly built a solid following, and it's now firmly planted in that prestigious Sunday night slot. And the cast just keeps growing. This season, we're getting even more new characters, which means more drama, more tension, and more secrets bubbling beneath the surface. The plot for this season suggests that the Russells are in a strong position. With the old money families losing their grip on society, Bertha has her eyes on another major prize that could take her family to even greater heights. Meanwhile, George Russell, played by Morgan Spector, is about to risk it all on a business gamble that could either change the railroad industry forever or completely destroy him. Across the street, things are getting messy in the Brooke household too. Agnes Van Ryn is not at all thrilled about her sister Ada taking on a new role as the head of their home. On top of that, Peggy is introduced to a new love interest, a good-looking doctor from Newport, but it turns out his family isn't exactly on board with her career or ambitions. So in a nutshell, everyone's pushing forward into the future, but they might be forced to give up the things that actually matter most to them. Speaking of Peggy's doctor, there's a whole crew of new characters joining the season. Bill Camp is stepping in as the famous financier J.P. Morgan, and he's likely going to butt heads with George Russell. Then there's Andrea Martin as Madame Dashkova, who claims she can talk to the dead, so that should shake things up a bit. We're also meeting Bertha's estranged sister Monica, played by Merritt Weaver, and we'll see some fresh faces in both the elite black community and the old money circles of New York. There are also a few historical figures sprinkled in this time, like Frances Ellen Watkins Harper, a real-life black suffragist who inspires Peggy. All these new characters bring new storylines and complications that could shift the dynamics between the Russells, the Ryns, and everyone in between. Behind the camera, the show is still being helmed by Julian Fellowes, along with a team of executive producers like Sonia Warfield and Gareth Neame. Sally Richardson Whitfield is back as a director for some episodes, and the production still leans heavily on historical consultant Erica Dunbar to keep things accurate. The attention to detail is one reason the show scored that Emmy nomination, and it's likely why it continues to gain fans season after season. Let's be honest, the show didn't exactly hit the ground running. It had to find its audience. But once it did, people started tuning in for the layered characters, the period drama flair, and the social chess game being played at every turn. With Coon fresh off a gripping performance in The White Lotus, she's bringing even more attention to Bertha, who remains one of the most ambitious and calculating characters on TV right now. That teaser clip released recently shows just how much control Bertha is still trying to exert over Gladys's future. Over a fancy dinner scene, Bertha tells her daughter that marriage is a real opportunity because it gives you the power to influence politics and even change the world. Her husband George, clearly impressed or just used to her ambition, tells her that once she sets her mind to something, there's no stopping her. And she doesn't disagree, she just takes it as a compliment. But while Bertha is all about power and strategy, Marion is still chasing love. She even says so herself in the trailer. Some people want to marry for love. I know I do. This comes in response to her Aunt Agnes's dry question, what more is there? And that's classic Agnes, always skeptical and set in her ways. In season 1, Marion had her heart broken by a man who promised to run away with her but left her high and dry. Then, in season 2, she got another proposal but turned it down. Now, there's something real brewing between her and Larry Russell, especially after that kiss at the end of the season. And Peggy, she's getting her own romance subplot with Dr. William Kirkland, played by Jordan Donica. But the trailer makes it clear that his family isn't exactly thrilled about her career or independence, so there's likely going to be a clash there too. Still, it's nice to see her get a little bit of love on the side of all the writing and activism. Back in the Van Bryn house, things are getting tense between Ada and Agnes. Ada's come into money and for the first time is holding the reins. That's a big shift, especially since Agnes's son Oscar basically lost everything she had through gambling. So now Ada's the one calling the shots and Agnes is not adjusting well. The final moments of the trailer really set the tone. We hear Ada saying, "Let's hope it doesn't come to divorce," just as we see Gladys dramatically ripping off her pearl necklace. Agnes then remarks, "Nothing is as it should be," which pretty much sums up where everyone's head is going into season 3. Over a quiet dinner, Ada tells Oscar that their mother is being dramatic, and he sarcastically responds, "Really? That's so unlike her." It's a perfect little moment of dry humor that captures the shifting power dynamics in the house. So although the Gilded Age started out slow, it's really found its groove. Season 3 promises to bring more love stories, more risks, and more of that delicious social drama that keeps viewers hooked. Whether it's old money pride, new money ambition, or just people looking for a bit of happiness, this season is going to shake things up in the best way. And that's that for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.